Hello everyone, my name is Tor Berg and I'm here to show you how to use the Hand Crank Loom. When you buy the loom, these are the parts that's going to come with it. You have one loom, you have 6 clips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 crocheting hook, 1 sewing needle, 1 yarn tension guide and then 4 legs. So we're going to start assembling the machine, and the first thing you do, flip it on the bottom, put in the legs. They're just going to slide right into these holes. It's very simple. And then the next thing to do is to take the yarn tension guide. You see here it's the yarn guide and then the tension guide, and it slips right underneath here. And you can see now it's fastened tightly here. So when you get the machine, you have to choose what mode you want to have it in, and there's tube mode and panel mode. So T for tube, P for panel. So we're going to first do a tutorial on tube mode. So we're going to go ahead and switch or flick the switch up into T mode, and the machine is now ready to knit in T. Thread the machine, also called the casting on. So how to start? You take about 30 centimeters, put it inside the loom here. You put the loom into starting position, you crank it clockwise, and we can see there's going to be a collared hook appearing, and here it is. And now the collared hook is slightly to the right of the yarn guide, and it's ready to be threaded. So how you do it is you take the yarn, you go in front of the collared hook, then behind the uncollared hook, in front and behind, in front and behind, while you're cranking the handle. So we're going to do this for a full round here. And you can see there, that's a full round. So now, after a full round is complete, we're going to take the yarn, put it into the tension guide here. We're going to, the yarn guide, put the yarn into the yarn guide, and we put it into the yarn tension guide. So for this knit, we're going to use 2 holes. So we're using one here, and then into the second one there. So now the yarn is firm here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the yarn on the ground to make sure that it feeds very easily into the machine and it doesn't stop. So now we're going to do the first 3 and 4 rounds. We're going to do them slowly to make sure the foundation is correct. So we need to do it slowly to make sure that to make sure that the machine does not drop any stitches. So once the work measures the length you want, you stop cranking when the collared hook is just to the right of the yarn tension guide. So you're going to see it's going to appear here. So we stop cranking here, and you take the yarn, you measure a length that's just about a circle on the top of the loom, and you cut it off. Take it out of the tension guide, and then out of the guide here. And now we're going to have to be a little bit careful, because you want to hold the yarn inside the middle of the loom. And then you're going to continue cranking, but very slowly now, because we need to be careful so the yarn does not fall off the collared hooks here. So we're just going to crank around. and make sure that the yarn is slipped off those uncolored hooks. And now we have to be careful, because now when we reach the starting point here, it's going to want to drop off the hooks we already have. So we're going to start threading. Take the sewing needle, the yarn, thread it through, and start on the first one, go on the inside, and then through and out. So from the inside, underneath, and out. So, just simply lift it off. I forgot to take off the weights, and like this. Now you have the last stitch here, and you make a knot. First you can go ahead and tighten it up like this. And then if you want to make a neck, then you leave it like this. If you want to make a hat, you tighten it all the way, and you just simply make a knot here to make the yarn stay in place. So now you can see we have a small little hat here. This time I'm going to show you how to do the panel mode. So we're going to put the machine on the side, flick the switch into P mode here, and we're going to put the loom into starting position. So how to do that? You take the handle and you crank towards you or counterclockwise until the colored hook appears. So we're going to continue cranking towards us, or towards me, I'm sorry, and you see the colored hook here is going to appear. And at this point, it's not going to be possible to crank the loom any further. So it will stop here automatically. So we're going to put the colored hook a little bit to the right of the yarn guide. So in panel mode, it's a good idea to put a weight on the beginning of the yarn here. This will prevent the machine from slipping stitches. So we're going to go ahead and crank. And it's important to go all the way to the end before you go back. And again, there can be a sound when the yarn drops off the hooks here, but it's completely normal and does not affect. So when the yarn slips off here, there can be a small sound, but it does not affect the project. So now, when you've reached the desired length of your product, your project, you take off the weights. And it doesn't matter what order you do this in. I just take off the weights there, weight clips now, and yeah. So we're gonna take out the tension and thread the yarn out of the yarn guide, and we're gonna crank backward while holding, we need to hold the yarn inside the machine here. And then we need to go backwards here. And we see now, then the yarn rests on these pegs here, the colored pegs. Then it's ready to be casted off. We're going to have to be careful here because we don't want the uncolored hooks to come up and drop off the yarn. So we're going to take the sewing needle. Oh yeah, and we're going to, let's see here, we're going to have a length that measures one circle. Just about one circle on the machine here. It's like this. Cut it off. Thread it through here. And then we go from the inside. We start on the first stitch. You go from the inside and then inside and out. So from the inside and then out. Okay, so it's done here. And then you're going to go ahead and stretch it a little bit. And then tie a simple knot on the, we're using here. Let's see here. Tie a simple knot. And here you can see what we have for panel knitting here.